All right, that made me feel good, guys. That was like work therapy right there. Hey, this is Dad Random, and I have the Mini 2 SE, and I'm gonna do a quick flight with it. Have not flown it yet. This will be the first flight, and I've got a pretty good day for mini flying. This is just a little bit windier than I would fly with most drones, but I already know this drone. I am really familiar with this platform, and I know what it can do. And that's kind of the difference between flying the Mini and other drones is that, and DJI drones in general, is that we have a familiarity with them and a trust. And when you've got trust, you can do a lot. So let's do it. Let's do a little flight with the Mini. Go ahead and get our app launched. And the other thing you're going to see and you're familiar with is the fact that getting this thing ready to fly just takes a couple of minutes, and you're up and ready to go. Like right now, I'm ready. I mean, it says ready to take off, and I've got great lighting. I've got my function button set up, and it says it's ready to go. It says, all right. So we're going to do a little bit of a little range flight, not too far. But easily within what I would consider to be mini range. So we're going to do a one-handed launch. Go ahead and do a takeoff right there. And that has become one of the most familiar things that a lot of us have been able to see is the old mini launch. Let's go ahead and start recording. All right, let's go get a flight out here. Let's go take a flight. All right, so let's go get the Mini out, and let's challenge this flying spot right after work. So I'm going to go out and knock out some desert landscape here. Got a full battery, flying with LiPo. The one thing I do have is I've got my sunglasses on. And we're going to get ourselves to about 100 feet maybe. I'm going to switch over my glasses. Go to get out of the sun. Oh, another thing I like about today is the sun is the sky is beautiful today. So I'm going to go ahead and lock my exposure in. So I should be locked in. About 17 miles an hour. And we're just going to go straight out from where I'm at. So it's probably about, let's say gusts about 12. This is the first flight, though. Usually, you take like a practice flight, and I've flown this drone so much that it doesn't require me to take much practice. We're in normal mode. If I need to, I do have sport mode to get me out of any trouble. And there's some beautiful light on some of the rocks here, so I'm going to turn into that. And you'll see the sky is very dynamic today. And this is actually 1080p recording. I'm going to switch that out. I'm going to stop that right now. Go ahead and stop. And I'm going to go to 2.7K, 30. And get it going again. There we go. Let's get full on video. Now I've got to do a little bit of moving around here. There we go. Get some shadow. And maybe mess around with my Let's see. Right there. And pretty much straight out from where I'm at, so in good shape here. Stop for just a second. So you're going to see the difference of those two footages, the 2.7K 30 and the 1080 30. And I do have wind coming back, so I'm probably going to have to use some sport mode on the way home. And there's a little bit, if you look at the attitude, which is another thing this has, is the attitude meter. You'll notice that the attitude is determines where the wind is. You know, a little bit of moving up in altitude. I'm 162 feet. Starting to see the tops of the higher points of the area I'm flying in. And the wind's picking up, so I'm going to turn a little bit back into where I'm at, just so I can get a picture of where I'm at from the reverse perspective. Wow, it's really lighting up the hills on this side. Oh, it's pretty out there. Actually, the flight back is going to be better than the flight here. So I'm out at what I would consider to be a range flight, okay? And I'm bringing her back. Coming back, I've got a little bit more speed, so I've got a little bit of wind helping me home, so it's a little bit of swirling wind. And I'm going to turn it back in. I don't want to get too far behind that right there. There we go. Some pretty views out there. There's where I'm basically flying back to. So, and I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a screen record here for you guys. Now I'm at the furthest extent of my flight. All right, and that'll give you a little bit of idea of where we're coming back from. Just guys, this is the Mini 2 SE, and there is absolutely no difference between this and flying the Mini 3. I mean, the Mini 3 is a little faster, but if I put this in sport mode, I could close the gap of where I'm at very fast. So I'm going to fly back to the peak right over there using the wind. So I'm staying about 17 miles an hour, which is really good. And pretty nice. Get that lighting back locked in. There we go. Trying to lock that exposure in. And there. Ooh, I don't like that. Oh, I'm flying a little. I need to adjust the sticks a little bit. I'm going to go up to the flags. So we've got a nice clip going. We're at full stick forward. Tons and tons and tons of battery. Remember, we're flying LiPo. There's our flags. And we'll slow it down a little bit so we can see those flags as we approach the top of the hill. There we go. And I want to continue along the crest of the hill. And I'm at the high point, so I'm going to work my way back. And if you were on the fence about buying a Mini 2 at this point in time, I really do not know why you would be on the fence, because this is just a massively, massively great drone. I do not have any problems with going back to something that is just really good. OcuSync 2. So I'm just following the terrain here, trying to stay smooth. It's hard to be smooth. A bit of breakup, not too much. And I'm going to start heading back. That's to get to the end here. This, because I'm right there where I can see myself right on the top of the hill there. We're going to see this bush here, and then we're going to bring her home. Follow that little pathway down there. You see that path? See that path down there? And now we're basically struggling with the wind. We're going into the wind at about 14, 13, and we're going to keep dropping our altitude at this point, and we might have to switch into, we got to get our altitude down as we return home. So this is where you might want to stop, hit sport mode, and start to bring it back in. There's our sport mode adjustment. Flight angle is larger. Yeah, there we go. And this is what makes this drone so much better than the Mini 1. Is we went from 12 miles an hour now to 21 miles an hour. Strong wind warning, and we don't care. And we're dropping our altitude like it's suggesting. And we have 50% battery left. And I'm just ignoring that. Yeah, we know. Just taking my time back. Guys, if you're on the fence of buying a Mini 2, even this SE, why would you not want to buy this? Price is right, man. Guys, we have come so far in the world of drones. And it makes zero sense that you wouldn't, consider this bird on the top of your list. Here, I better make sure we stay. Yeah, we're in good shape here. But I've got it punched forward, not quite full stick forward, but pretty amazing video, right? We're just eating up. We're just eating up the distance, just chewing it up, going into the wind. Guys, I just love flying minis. I actually had a mini, kind of a mini, just need. I had to fly one. I hadn't flown one in so long since this summer. And this is taking care of that mini urge. And it hardly cost me anything. I'm excited to get all my accessories. Oh, man. So we're 2.7K, 30. Eating up the distance, coming into the wind. And there's very few drones I would do this with. I would take this out in worse weather than this, just to be honest. But, yeah, we're coming in, eating it up. Eating up the footage. It's going to be a good video. You're going to love the footage on this one. So we're just going to slow it down. Here it comes. There she is. We're just working our way back. And there we are. We're back in here. We're back. There we go. Hey, Hey, Minnie. Hey, Minnie. Oh, there we go. Now we're there. Now we're in there. Hey, Minnie, how you doing? All right, Dad Random. Mini 2 SE. You think I'm crazy for buying this? I'm not. It is so quiet. It is so freaking quiet.
Landing.
All right, that made me feel good, guys. That was like work therapy right there. Just love it. Let's go ahead and stop that. Stop that recording. Hey, for Dad Random and the maiden flight of the Mini 2 SE. And if you think that 2.7K video sucks, you're nuts. That is the greatest video quality you've ever seen. I know you think that. But anyway, guys, you know I'm a mini pumper. I love this drone. It's one of the best. It's one of the best drones that DJI has ever put out. It is probably what I would consider to be their flagship. Of course, that's a personal feeling. But guys, I'm just telling you, it just made me happy to fly this. And I think if you need some kind of therapy, if you need something that can make you to feel a little bit better, you're feeling down in the dumps, go drop a couple $100 on a Mini. Go find this thing. This is a great option. Don't take it out of your option department, because look at that. It's just so familiar. Everything about it just awesome. Here, Dad Random. Goodbye. Mini 2 SE